Welcome to today's video. Some of you may be sitting there thinking, that person's just lucky or she's super lucky and that's why she has all this. Well, I'm going to tell you there's no such thing as luck. And if there was luck, I'm going to tell you how to get more of it. There's really no such thing as luck. But if you were to define luck, it would be preparation meets opportunity. And I take this actually from Donald Trump. I saw him speak, and I know right now you're probably thinking all the crazy things that are going on in the news with Mr. Donald Trump is pretty crazy, some of the things he's saying. But this one thing I actually do believe. He's the one that said that I heard preparation meets opportunity. And here's how he did it. One time he was struggling in one of his businesses. They were about to have to bankrupt. The bank was not working with him. He was having a horrible day, went home, and his butler said, hey, and it's always good when you have a bad day to have a butler. It's just a note. So there he is. His butler says, hey, your tuxedo's in your room. You got to get ready. And he's like, I don't want to go out. Horrible day. But he sits there and he decides to put the tux on and go to the party. Goes to the party. He's sitting at the table and he starts talking to this guy and they have this great conversation. They're totally gelling and they're having a great conversation, really, really friendly. And guess what? The guy that he's chumming it up with is the owner of the bank that he's struggling with and about to have to default on the loan. And he's able to come to terms with the owner of that bank at that party. And the next day they were able to renegotiate everything and he was able to save the company. Save his company just by being at one place that he really didn't want to go to that night. And that's the point that I want. Sometimes in life, it is just getting out there. Just getting out there. For me, I'll tell you just a quick story. In my early years, this is like when I first started my company, I was looking for all these opportunities and one of my friends was able to get me in to meet a marketing director from a Fortune 100 company. So I actually, again, it was through a context, so it's not really luck. I actually, just by sorting through and calling everybody, literally, if you would have saw, I think I told a couple episodes ago, I talked about how my friend told me to call my mom to get leads. So literally just by calling friends, I found that I had a mutual friend who I had a friend that had a friend. See, it goes down, down, down. But I ended up getting a conversation with this marketing director. The marketing director, I'm not going to say the company's name, but it's a Fortune 100 company. Still today, it's a Fortune 100 company. So I get in with this marketing director, and he actually likes my energy and was like, hey, yeah, let's have a meeting. And so I actually had the meeting. I thought that it was just going to be me and him. So I show up unprepared, not ready. I go to the meeting and it's the whole marketing department. There's about 20 people around the boardroom table. I was not into public speaking as I am now. I didn't have anything prepared. There was no presentation, no handouts, nothing. And there I am sitting there at the conversation and I completely blew the meeting. I walked out of that meeting thinking I completely failed and there's no way that I'm going to get the opportunity to work with the company. The guy, I ended up sending them a proposal after that meeting because they had asked me to. And within a couple days, I thought, there's no response. On the second day after sending the proposal, they called me. They're like, hey, Steve, we'd like to proceed with you. I about dropped the phone and fell over because I was like, how in the world are they going to work with me? So I get this contract and it was multiple modules. We were producing these video for them. And after we did the first two, we had done two, then the guy pulled me aside, the marketing director. He said, Steve, can I talk to you for a second? Because we were producing the third one. So we had already produced a couple. He pulls me aside and he's like, Steve, I have to come clean. I'm like, oh, great. I actually thought I was going to get fired or something. I thought something was wrong. He said, Steve, you're doing a great job. In fact, it's better than we thought. In fact, I'll go even further. The reason we hired you is because you were so cheap that we could hire you. If you failed, then we still had the budget to hire a real company. And I was like, at first I was taken back, but he said, the reason I'm telling you this right now is you did so good. We're so happy with the choice that we made. We think you even did better than the other companies that we were looking at. And I ended up getting a 2-year contract with them, producing a lot of in-house communications for them. And I ended up saving them $1 million in training. So, and that's a second story. I won't get into it, but all I did is I focused on doing the best job that I could once I got in the door. That's where I was getting prepared, being everything that I could. And from that, I ended up getting a 2-year contract. And from that, they also wrote me a letter because I saved them $1 million in training because they didn't have to have as many people travel. And from that, then I was able to go get other big Fortune 500 companies to see, hey, what the work that we did and that we actually had it validated by that company. So again, the whole point was just to show up. Like I could have felt scared and not shown up or not offered, not continued. There's a lot of things here that I want you to really realize. Whatever you do, however you feel, like one of the best things you could do is just show up. Just get out there and you will come in contact with people. That's why networking is so important. So if you want to start your own business and you don't know where to go, like number one thing is just find one networking event a week and just get out there. You never know who you're gonna bump into. You never know who they're gonna know. They might know a marketing director at a big Fortune 100 company. You never know. So the whole theme today is get out there. The more opportunities you gain, how do you gain more opportunity? You get out there. You meet more people. That's gonna gain more opportunity for you in your life. And that's how the ones that you think are lucky, the ones that have spent 10 years meeting a ton of people, and then they find that one person that's gonna make everything go bigger. That's where luck comes from. So if you feel unlucky or you're not getting what you want, then I want you to broaden your scope. Go meet more people, get out of where you are now and find more people to get involved with. And by then you're going to have more opportunity. It will multiply. It will multiply. And last little note on this, why does it multiply? Because the people you know, you don't know who they know. Everyone has a circle. So that's why if you go back, I can't remember which episode it is, but maybe like 3 or 4 episodes back from this one, I talk about calling your mom. Call your mom, and I'll let you go watch that video, but how I called my mom to get leads for my business. You never know who's gonna have leads and thereby having more opportunity. So get out there, make your opportunity, make your luck. You can all make yourself more lucky just by doing it. Episode 6, there's a hair in the back of this. Episode 6, take 1. What am I talking about? Ready? All right, this is episode 6, take 2. We're ready to go.